lawyer in New York City who handles lots of civil rights cases against the police, and I'm going to go over the top 3 forms of police brutality that I see day to day when people call my firm looking to sue the police. So the first form of police brutality that I see is what I'd consider to be sort of like a classic form of police brutality, where the police are using their fists to beat up someone. And typically in these situations, the police will knock someone to the ground and they'll just start pummeling the person. And if the person is incapacitated and is not fighting back, then the police officer's use of force by beating up the person is completely unjustified, and they will be held liable for that. The second most common form of police brutality I see is handcuff injury. So if the police put handcuffs on you and the cuffs are too tight and you tell the police that, hey, these cuffs are hurting me, please loosen them, the police are supposed to loosen those cuffs. I've had lots of clients who come to me and they have injuries from the cuffs being too tight. They've lost feeling to their hands, their arms, their shoulders, and in some cases their nerves are actually cut by the cuffs, and they have to get months or years of physical therapy to regain control and mobility of their arms. The final most common form of police brutality I see is when the police use excessive force to knock someone over. So that can occur in several contexts. So in one context, it may be the police are arresting someone on the street and they think that a pedestrian nearby is too close and they just shove the person and the person falls over and hits the ground. Or when the police are trying to seize someone in like a moving vehicle, like a bicycle or a scooter or a skateboard, they'll push the person over, the person can fall, and as you can imagine, the injury can be very serious if you're on a moving vehicle and the police knock you over. But oftentimes in those situations, the police were not justified in using force to seize someone. So again, those are the top 3 most common forms of police brutality that I see. Of course, there are other forms of police brutality like tasing or chokeholds or shootings, but generally speaking, those forms of police brutality, fortunately, are rare. But that being said, the other forms of police brutality can certainly impact people's lives very seriously, and if that has happened to you, then you deserve to be compensated for that police misconduct.